My favorite month is finally here. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're doing something a little different this month. I'm calling it my Oktoberfest. I know that normally it has something to do with like Germany and beer, but I changed the K to a C and we're gonna just make it be about makeup. To celebrate my great love for the month of October, it's like everything I love is in the month of October. The weather's finally starting to cool down. I can officially pull out all my boots and sweaters and scarves. I don't really wear scarves anymore. Are scarves out? I feel like they're kind of out. All my fall makeup. And then of course there's all the seasonal things. Halloween. And then the other holidays that kind of rolls into that all just makes this like the best time of year ever. And as an added bonus, this month I will be doing a Monday, Wednesday, Friday upload all month long. I know that's what most normal YouTubers do, but if you've been hanging in there with me for a while, you know that my upload schedule is kind of all over the place. I do my best. But this month, I have 14 videos coming your way. I'm so excited about some of these. I have some really fun ideas in store for you guys. And today we're gonna kick it off with a monthly favorites video. So I'm gonna share with you guys my September favorites today. But before we get into it, special welcome if you are new here. I hope that you'll consider subscribing. Join us on this month-long exciting journey. Am I overhyping it? I feel like I should probably stop overhyping it. Maybe it won't be that fun, but subscribe anyway. Also make sure that notification bell is turned on so that you can be notified each time I upload a new video. And with that, let's get into my September favorites. All right guys, so I have a smaller grouping of favorites here, but I do have a couple like bonus items. I have a fashion item, a jewelry item, and a couple of food items too. I did that last month. I thought it was kind of fun. But let's of course go through the makeup first. And let's start with the eyeshadow palette. So I first want to start with this one right here. The Natasha Denona My Dream palette. I feel like every time I try out a Natasha Denona palette, it ends up making it into a favorites video. I'm just a sucker for Natasha Denona eyeshadows, you guys. I actually did try to not love this palette or be a little bit more critical of it because initially, and even as I've used it, I'm like, what is it about this palette? It looks like I should already own this palette, but using it, there's something a little bit different than not just her other palettes, but other palettes within my collection. I've really been enjoying it. It's such a beautiful color story. Now, if you don't like your warm neutrals or kind of pinky peachy neutrals, I don't think you'll like this because there's a lot inside this palette that pulls a little bit pink and peach, but they're certainly not bold. I'd still call them neutrals and it's absolutely lovely. And I'm sure we all own pink toned neutrals. So I just want to say that because as much as I've been enjoying this palette, it's been a favorite for me. I also hate to give this impression like you've got to go out and buy this palette. It will change your life. I don't want to give any sort of like FOMO. Am I too old to use that? I don't want anyone to feel this fear of missing out if you don't pick this one up. And it's very, very pricey. I know times are difficult right now. So if the finances are what hold you up from trying this out, you probably could make do with things that you already own or wait till my next recommendation, which is much more affordable. And that's this palette right here. This is a tried and true favorite of mine. It's the Dancing Green palette from Essence. This palette is $3.99. It is so, so good. I am wearing on my eyes today. And today I use this shade right here, but I use it as a liner. So everything else that you're seeing on my eyes is basically this through my crease, this in my outer corner, kind of right there. I have this kind of shimmery teal right there. And then this silvery green all over the inner part of my lid. It is so beautiful. I love this palette so very much. I know not everyone's into greens, but I don't feel like these greens are that bold. They still are pretty neutral in tone, and I even use some of the more teal greens. I think even, especially if you use like these three shades right here, your look's gonna be a lot more kind of khaki and brown and neutral in tone. I just think this is such a great little palette for such a great price. The formulas are all fantastic. The color setup or range is really, really well done. Love it so much. If you're feeling like you maybe want to try something new or different out and you haven't tried this one out yet, I would highly recommend spending the $4 and picking this up. It is so great. Okay, I have a couple other things here. I have the Jaclyn Hill highlighter in the shade Ice. So I picked this up in an Ulta order. I ended up placing 3 orders, like smaller orders with Ulta throughout their 21 Days of Beauty. I think this was one of the ones that I picked up in my last order. And I think I filmed a video with that one, but there were some things in there that I really didn't like. That video just ended up being kind of a hot mess, so I didn't ever edit it. And now I feel like it's too late and I'm not that interested. But this was in that haul and I really, really have been enjoying this highlighter right here. Now, I don't think there's anything like wildly unique about this highlighter. It's kind of a basic champagne sort of pinky peach. It actually reminds me, the color of it reminds me a little bit of maybe like Ozone by Nabla, but a slightly different formula, but it does look similar, I would say, to Ozone on the cheeks. It's very nice and bright and icy, but it's not white based. It's really lovely. The packaging is fantastic. I've been really enjoying this one. but I don't know if you already own like Ozone or Persona Zuma. This kind of reminds me of both of those, both the formula and the color, but it is a really nice highlighter. If you're looking for something like that and you like really luxurious packaging, this is a really nice one. I also picked up from Ulta last month this blush right here. This is the MAC Glow Play blush in the shade Blush Please. I think I have found my new favorite shade of Glow Play blush. It is this one right here. I am wearing on my cheeks today. Oh my goodness, it is such a pretty color. This is one of those blushes that you put on and it just like, it looks like it's almost not there. It's very natural looking, which I know is, all of these blushes are kind of that way, but I'm really enjoying this blush. Beautiful formula, kind of like a more mauve-y pink shade. It kind of reminds me of the shade of Melba, which is one of their OG powder blushes, but in that beautiful Glow Play formula. I just apply mine with a brush. Again, it's the one I'm wearing on my cheeks today. Let me just tap a little more on because why not? I tried out a lot of blushes last month, a lot that I really liked, but this one I think was especially a standout if you like that like natural blush kind of look. But I also wanted to give a mention to these two blushes right here. These are from Undone Beauty. I tried I tried this one out at the beginning of the month in my first Ulta order. This is the shade Mauve. These are such an interesting blush formula. I went back on their website and I ordered another shade, this one Peach, which I also really enjoy. So when I went back on their website to order this second shade, I was reading through some of the reviews. It has decent reviews, but there were a couple reviews that said these are a little bit difficult to blend, hard to work with, and I can kind of imagine why that is, because I would describe these as like a lip tint, but for your cheeks. So they set down very quickly. So if you put these directly on your cheeks and then try to blend them out with your finger, they're not gonna move very well. That said, that also is what makes me love them so much, because these things are budge proof. You could probably wear these for like 2 days. I mean, they do not come off your skin, the pigmentation. But the way that I like to apply them is with a brush, and I will just tap them directly into my brush. And depending on which shade you use, some are lighter and some are darker than others, but I'll take quite a bit on my brush and then I'll just tap it on the back of my hand just to make sure I don't have too much. And then I'll go tap it onto my cheeks like back and forth like this, just lightly. It will set down very quickly, but if you're very careful with how you apply it, just make sure you get the shape right on first application. I haven't yet tried these with a sponge. I imagine they might work with a sponge as well. I'll let you guys know, but I just like using them with a smaller brush, like something like this. You could also use a brush kind of like this, the It Cosmetics. Something kind of dense, maybe a little bit more flat on top, or even kind of duo fibered. But if you are someone that finds that your blushes wear off, these things are the most long wearing blushes I think I have ever tried. They're really pretty. So there's the shade Peach, there's the shade Mauve. This one's very bright and pink. This one's a very nice basic peach shade, but both are pretty pigmented. So I imagine if you have more of a medium skin tone or even a deep skin tone, you could probably get these to work for you as well. Another favorite from this month is my Benefit Precisely My Brow. I finally went on and ordered like an official one of these. I had like a travel version that I've been dabbling in for a while, and I've really come to enjoy this brow pencil. I did, however, recently, I've been using this pretty much the whole month until the last few days I went back to my old staple, the Ulta Beauty Ash Taupe brow pencil, because I was thinking that maybe I like this one a little bit better, but now I've gone back to the Ulta one. I still really like this brow pencil as well. So I don't know, you guys. I feel like me and my brows, I just tend to enjoy trying all kinds of different things, and I feel like I can't settle on one thing that I really love. I think these are two of the best brow pencil formulas I've ever tried. They're the perfect mix of like stiffness but also pigmentation. I think the Benefit one is slightly more stiff than the Ulta one. I think I can get slightly more precise hair-like strokes with this one versus the Ulta one, but I mean barely. We're really splitting hairs here. Pun intended. So I guess at the end of the day, I've been enjoying this one a lot. I did get mine at half price. I don't know that I would buy this for $24. Like, I'd probably just settle for this one right here because I think they're so similar to each other. But I am really enjoying it, and if you are on a budget, I would highly still recommend the Ulta Beauty one. Still highly recommend, whatever. Oh, almost forgot. I have a bronzer to mention. I think I might have mentioned this bronzer last month as well, but I've been using this thing and this alone for the last like 3.5 weeks. It's the Flower Beauty Heat Wave bronzer. Mine is officially broken. I actually have a new one coming in the mail. It should be here, I think, Monday. This broke a couple weeks ago while we were on like a short little vacation in California. I should have known better. I had a feeling I shouldn't take this traveling with me because it did have a little chip in the corner and I was a little worried. One little bump, I knew this whole thing could shatter, but I took it with me anyway and I paid the price. But still, I've been using this thing even with the annoying broken packaging. I'll like tenderly open it up and tenderly swirl my brush in there because I'm so obsessed with this bronzer. It is the most beautiful shade of like rosy bronze if you have more fair skin. I absolutely love it. The formula is great. You can't screw this thing up. You can really build it up and layer it up, and it gives you the prettiest color and bronze and sculpt. Huge fan, and I still recommend it even though my packaging broke. I was happy to go buy a new one. I literally came home and instantly ordered one of these to make sure I had one of those on hand. I have a couple mascaras I want to mention. First off, my IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. Old favorite of mine. I've been really kind of rediscovering this one this last month. It is the one that I'm wearing in my lashes today. It's just such a great mascara. It doesn't work very well if you have watery eyes. I know I just got done saying this in a recent video, but in case you missed that one, if your eyes water, it will start to run. Another one I've really been loving is the Ulta Beauty Twisted Volume Mascara. I had so much fun trying this out for you guys. It's a really interesting mascara. Now, full price without any sort of sale, this thing is a little, I guess it's not that pricey. Most mascaras these days are around 10 bucks, right? I think this thing is $10.50 full price. But since I paid only like $5.25, I think, for mine, I would have a hard time going back and spending $10 on this. But it is a really good mascara. The brush is a little gimmicky. It has this little twisting mechanism that makes the like thing around the brush bristles twist, which doesn't really do anything. I've tried it out at all 4 twist levels now, and I didn't really notice much of a difference, but it is a really good mascara. It wears really well. It doesn't like smudge or run. I do sometimes notice at the end of a long day, especially if I've had allergies, which I do get fall allergies, and I've kind of been touching my eyes a little bit, I'll notice a little bit of flaking under my eyes at the very end of the day, but I mean, that's really if I mess with it. Other than that though, I think it's great. It's nice and separating, not clumpy at all. It does a good job of volumizing and lengthening, and it also removes pretty easy at night with just soap and water, which I really appreciate. One more makeup item to mention is the Wet n Wild Cloud Pout. This is the Marshmallow Lip Mousse. This one I have is in the shade Pour Some Sugar, S-U-G-A, on me. I really hate that name, not just because they didn't put an R on the word sugar, but also it's just so incredibly long. I really enjoy everything about this. The color's really nice. It's a bright kind of basic, more vibrant pink, but it's not like a bright pink. It's still more of a nude pink, but it does have some vibrancy to it. The smell, I've mentioned several times, one of the best smells. This might surpass my Maybelline Lifter Gloss in my favorite smelling lip products. It smells just like marshmallows, which makes it even more enjoyable for me to use. And the formula is really nice. This has this really kind of silky, matte-like formula. It's not a liquid lipstick. It doesn't really dry down, but it almost has like a smoothing effect on my lips, which I really enjoy because I have very lined lips. I'm over 40 years old, and my lips can look it. So anything that's gonna help to kind of smooth my lips, I really, really enjoy, and this definitely does that. I'm excited to go try out a couple more shades of these. Let me know if you guys have any shade recommendations. I noticed these had really great reviews on Ulta's website. So that's it for the makeup. Let's talk about just a couple like miscellaneous things. First off, a fashion item. This shirt right here. So I just wore this in my last 2 videos. I got lots of compliments on it, which I really appreciated. And I understand why you guys complimented this, because this might be the cutest shirt I have ever bought in my entire life. With the exception of maybe the Guess Jeans shirt that I got when I was in 5th grade that had the shoulder pads and the embroidered Guess Jeans symbol in the middle. Oh man, that was a good Christmas. So this is from Lucky Brand. I just got this at a local Marshall's, and it's a really interesting material. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys can kind of see, it has this like line detail that it's not sheer. I mean, it's not like this is see-through. It's kind of stretchy. It's really nice and lightweight and comfortable. It has this cute little detail on the sleeves. They're like kind of puff sleeves with this little like elastic thing on the arm. And it's just so flattering. When I saw this on the hanger in my Marshalls, I thought the shape looked a little strange. I think because it's such a lightweight kind of stretchy material, but when I tried this on, it was like love at first sight. And I've worn this like 6 times this last month, including in 2 videos for you guys. But I wanted to share it just in case you're out and about looking in a Marshalls, maybe a TJ Maxx. I know sometimes there's some crossover with those 2 stores. But if you see this Lucky Brand shirt, it is super, super cute. Totally worth, I think, the 30 bucks I paid for it. I also have a jewelry item to share with you guys. I know I've been sharing jewelry. I shared a lot with you last month. I've just been on this like jewelry kick as I've been trying to replace all of my crappy jewelry that like is tarnished and old and not made of the good stuff with better materials like sterling silver and gold plated. I mean, not like expensive stuff, but just slightly nicer than like a $5 necklace I would just randomly pick up that would last me like 4 uses. So this last month I picked these up actually in the same shopping trip that I got the shirt from Marshalls. These were, I don't know what brand these were, but I've been wearing them all month. You've probably seen them on me in a couple videos. They're like a little, I can't even explain these. They're almost like a clip-on earring, but they are for piercing. So they have this little hook right there, And then it clips into the back and makes like one solid piece that just snugly wraps around your earlobe. It's so, so cute. I think they said they were 14 karat gold plated, but they were still only like $16.99, so they weren't super expensive. And hopefully they'll last me longer than most of my other gold jewelry has lasted. Couple food items. I'll get through these real quickly. I mentioned recently my Nerds gummy clusters. I'm gonna mention those again because I have been buying those so much this last month. Like, I will make excuses to go into, actually the only place I can find them is at the Walmart gas station. Even inside my Walmart, they don't have them, but they don't sell them at like other gas stations around me. That's the only place that I've been able to find them lately, but I will make excuses to go to the Walmart gas station just to pick up a few packages of gummy clusters. So October's a great time to try out candy. If you're wanting a good candy, or if you haven't tried those and you're a candy eater, if you have a sweet tooth, they are so, so good. Or on the flip side of that, if you're more of a healthy eater, you don't like to eat candy, or maybe you're just trying to be good. So I've been trying to be better since we got back from vacation because I kind of enjoyed my vacation and I'm happy that I did. But when I got back, I've been trying to be a little bit better with my occasional slip-ups with the nerd clusters. Anyways, I've been trying to eat a little bit better for the last couple of weeks, and my husband sent me this recipe for pancakes, but these are healthy pancakes that don't taste like healthy pancakes. Like, they still taste really good, but they're super good for you. So I'm gonna link for you guys down below the recipe for it, but basically they're made of cottage cheese, some white flour, a bunch of eggs, and then some baking powder and salt. It's a really simple recipe. I just put everything in my blender, mix them up, and I'll make like 3 really big, like pan-sized pancakes, and then just top it with some fresh strawberries. Oh my gosh, I feel like it's a treat, but I know it's good for me. It's lunchtime. I have my recipe for pancakes pulled up. I think I'm gonna go upstairs and make this for lunch today. Very few carbs, tons of protein. I love, whenever I'm trying to eat healthy, I need to find things that don't make me feel like I'm missing out. Like, it needs to taste good. It needs to be something I still enjoy eating. And this, I feel like it's perfect. It's just in that range of healthy, but still tastes like I'm eating something I shouldn't eat. And that is it, you guys. Those are my favorites from the month of September. Hope you enjoyed this random mix. Let me know what you guys have been loving this last month. Did you rediscover any old favorites? I'd love to hear those down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Let me give you one last reminder to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on my October festive videos. But that's gonna do it for today. Hope you guys are all doing well. I will see you in my next video. Bye. How do you guys like my decor back here? Can you tell? This sign you can't read. I realized when it's kind of blurred out in the background. It says October. That would be something if I was watching someone else's video and I couldn't quite read the blurry sign. It would kind of bother me. Like, I would want to know what it said. And the real reason I had to wear it today was because it matched my nails. This one did not match my nails. This one did. Which one am I gonna pick?